Hey guys, this is the print number 6 of my ULTIMAKER, and so far I've been pretty impressed with it. I'll show you what I did. With this print, I printed a Crescent wrench, as you can see, and it was one of those things that I've seen a bunch of people print and I'd always wanted to, and so I decided to give it a shot, and it turned out pretty good. As you can see here, it opens and closes pretty smoothly. When I first printed it, it was a little bit sticky, but I never had to cut anything or do near as much work to get it to work as I thought I would have to. It printed really cleanly. Here you can see I have popped it off the plate already, so you don't have to watch me struggle with a knife to pry it off. This first piece I'm pulling out is support material. The three pieces that I'm about to pull out all hold the jaw and keep it isolated from the rest of the print so that it can float freely whenever they're popped off. So removing them was really easy. I was surprised I didn't have to grab my pliers or really rip on it. They all just kind of popped off nice and easy, as you can see. And then if you look here, there's a point. I'm trying to show where it attached. It's a really smart design. I'm learning a lot as I go and print these things. There's different techniques on how to get prints to work just right. So yeah, as you can see, it starts opening and closing really smoothly already. This was the one part that was kind of bad about this print, is this little sliver was supposed to be the top of the round part that was the jaw that slides back and forth. You can't really see. I was trying to push it back in, but it wouldn't go back in. Somehow it just like delaminated and the top of that round popped off. So that's like the one bad thing about this print, but everything else turned out pretty good. Here I just wanted to show how it wasn't just, perfect the first time I printed it. As you can see here, I was printing, and then in the middle of this print, when it started to accelerate along the length of the handle, you can see where it's not filling, where it's kind of hollow. That was because my extruder was slipping on the filament, and I didn't realize that, so I decided to go for a second print, and things still weren't right. You can see there's little bands where the extruder was slipping periodically during the acceleration, and then they're up and closer to the jaw, it was not grabbing hold of it. Once I figured out that I was slipping on my filament, I tightened it up and printed out the wrench without any more problems. My lesson learned on this print was to always check extruder tension on the filament. If you have a first layer that looks like this, go ahead and stop the print, peel it off, tighten your extruder, and try it again, and that should fix your problem.